Hello, everybody. Today is day 10 of the 77-day video challenge, and I'm going to combine my part 6 of Growing Up Mormon and Leaving Twice. Because today, as I was talking with my husband, I was reminded of something I left out in my Growing Up Mormon history from an earlier video back when I was 8 years old that I wanted to share with you because it's important to tell the story about how women are treated in the church. It's still treated in the church. When I was 7, my father had an extramarital affair. He had been in the High Council at the time, which is the stake. I've explained to you before that Mormons have it's not demographic, it's geographic area of their congregations where they make the border lines, and that's where the wards, those are the congregations that go to the local chapels. And then usually 10 of those compile a stake. So there's the higher priesthood, the Melchizedek priesthood, is a high priests, a lot of these men that get to this certain level based on their worthiness. And my dad was in the High Council, and he was also a police officer, had been for 17 years. And then he had this affair, which I've talked about this. It resulted in my little sister, whom I'm very close with and love. She's the only sister that we stay in contact with each other. We just sent some messages on Valentine's Day and yesterday. Anyway, they disfellowshipped my dad, which is part of the church's disciplinary action. You meet with the High Council and the stake officials, and they give you a year. So they disfellowship you, so you're not able to speak in church. You're not able to take the sacrament, which is the bread and water. You can't do the opening prayer, closing prayer. It is a disciplinary action. It's to punish you. They'll say it's to give you an opportunity to show your worthiness and to repent of your transgression. Okay? At the end of the year was when we found out the person he had the affair with was pregnant with my little sister, and he really had no intention of breaking that off, and he was excommunicated. Okay, so that's what they did to him. My mother, okay, they were married. When you go through the temple, you're given garments, the holy underwear that's made out of certain fabrics, that's like nylon. They have cotton mesh. And it's like a t-shirt, but it goes down lower to like your pubic region. And then the bottoms go down to the knee. And also they have full ones that go all the way down to the ankles. They have markings in them at certain points. The knee mark, the navel mark, the compass. And they are symbols from the Masons. Because Joseph Smith was a Mason. And if you were to... like you replace your underwear, you replace your garments, you're supposed to cut those markings out and burn them. And I don't have mine. I got rid of those 12 years ago. So otherwise I'd show it to you, which is also not allowed. Anyway, the church made my mother take off her garments. She was not allowed to wear them because of what my dad did. Okay? Only my dad wasn't allowed to either, but she couldn't wear them either. And I can't remember if she wasn't allowed to like give the opening prayer and closing prayer at church or give talks, which for her was a blessing because she hated speaking publicly. She'd get up and get so nervous that she'd cry. But the thing was, my oldest sister Judy got married during this time in the temple, the Los Angeles temple, and my mom was not allowed to go watch her own daughter be married because my dad was unfaithful. Okay, and I remember she had a really hard time with that, as anybody would. she's being punished for all the hurt and pain my dad caused her because that's the way the church treats women. And I just, at the time, and I was 9 years old at the time, and I said I was seven. Um, I said I was seven. I was seven when my dad had the affair. And I was nine when my sister got married. She got married in 71? Yeah, so I would have been nine. So this had gone on for 2 years. I can't even remember how old I was when she was allowed to start wearing her garments again. It was because, yeah, he'd been excommunicated. And I just thought, why is she not able to go see my sister get married? That doesn't seem right to me that they would do that to her. She didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, they had their communication problems, but why is she being punished for what he did? And that, 9 years old, what does a 9-year-old think about and understand about all that stuff? I wasn't even sure that he had cheated on my mom until he brought my little sister home because her mom didn't want to raise her. He raised her. And we babysat her a lot. So I knew something had happened, and I just didn't really all compute. And of course, at the time, I was suffering from PTSD from the sexual assault when I was 7. So anyway, that I wanted to bring that up before I moved on with the whole story with Growing Up Mormon, because my God, that's such a damning thing to do to somebody who's already been betrayed and been hurt, and yet they're going to make you suffer too with the person, along with the person that was the one that did the damage. So yeah, you can ruminate on that, and this is where I'm going to stop it because these 77-day video challenge videos are only supposed to be 5 minutes, and here I've gone to 7. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.